Hello, all you beautiful people out there. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Why don't you go down and hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any episodes. For my fans and subscribers, welcome back. I really do appreciate you. Today's topic is the emergence of Israel. I do have one thing to say before we get into the video proper. So let's go. I generally try to differentiate between when I use cult in the anthropological sense of the word and when I use cult in the modern sense of the word. Anthropologically speaking, all religions are cults, and it does not have a negative connotation within anthropology. Ideology, cult, and art are difficult to discern from just material culture, but we can see these aspects by the 10th century. Urbanism manifested a certain culture and lifestyle, evident in Philistine and to some extent Israelite towns and cities. Artistic expression was rare in the 10th century. Most objects were utilitarian because farmers and herders did not have the time to pursue art. We have found only a few stick figure stamp seals from Iron I. Even though the early Iron Age too saw the advent of urbanism, art did not explode onto the scene until more advanced civilizations produced specialists with the means, the skill, and the inspiration to do so. They would also have needed the leisure time. Religion obviously reflects ideology. In Iron I, we saw only one or two cult places with little cult paraphernalia. By the 10th century, the Israelite cult tends toward centralization in a specific location in towns and cities. At Megiddo and other sites, we find house and village shrines in the 10th century, including altars, figurines, incense burners, and other cult objects. Iconography includes sacred trees, lions, and representations of deities. By the 10th century, the Israelite cult was more centralized, and even though the deities were still Canaanite, they were more specific. It is not clear if there was an institutional priesthood yet, but there were definitely local shamans. Writing is another aspect of ideology, and it embodies cultural ideas. By the 10th century, we can see a few examples of growing literacy. A few inscriptions in an unknown Proto-Canaanite script can be found in the region. It would take another 100 to 200 years for Hebrew inscriptions to appear. Scholars suggest that writing and written material point to a central authority and is a tool for forging a national identity. Iron I Israelite villages show isolation from the outside world. Pottery continued in the local Canaanite tradition, and we see no Cypriot or Mycenaean imports. Even Philistine sherds are rare. Most of these villages appear in clusters, far from any remaining urban Canaanite sites. One of the sources I'm using for this video, Living Judaism, the complete guide to Jewish belief, tradition, and practice does not allow for the not only possibility, but the almost probability that Moses, Joshua, and the others did not exist. This book was actually written by a rabbi, and so I am using it to give you a few ideas of what they believe and whatnot, but just be forewarned that it is not historic. Judaism gives two very clear declarations about God. The first is, in the beginning, God. So they assume that God exists. The second one is found in Deuteronomy 6:4. This states, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one." It has become such an integral statement of belief that it is actually one of the central prayers of worship. But what exactly does "the Lord is our God and is one" mean? This may actually seem like a simple phrase in English, but in Hebrew one has several meanings, and each of these meanings is used here. The first meaning of the word one is unique. It was understood that other nations worshipped a variety of gods. However, the Jews believed that they worshipped the one true, unique God, that is, Yahweh. One is also singular. Many nations had many gods that were co-equal, or they would worship one God as head over all the other gods, which is known as henotheism. But Judaism held that Yahweh is the only God. The Hebrew tradition also holds one to be a mathematical formula. So Yahweh is one, not two or three or four, and not zero. This means that the Jews do not hold to the Trinitarian doctrine, and they do not believe in God. So, with the presupposition that God exists, Judaism concerns itself not with proving God exists, but rather with who God is, what God does, and what the relationship between God and humans is and can be in the future. The truth is that we don't yet know what the real story of Judaism is. However, we know that the Bible is not historical in many places, including Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, Moses, and the like. Hopefully I will be getting into this in future episodes. However, it is very likely, since we have no record of any book of the law before the reign of Josiah, that Josiah or someone in his entourage wrote the book of the law. We must also keep in mind that the Pentateuch has been highly redacted, and there is probably no way of putting together a quote-unquote original Pentateuch because of all the redactions. Well, friends, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, press the subscribe button, and if you want to know when I come out with new content, hit the bell next to the subscribe button. My Twitter, Discord, email, PayPal, and website links are in the description, along with the sources that I used for this episode. Please leave comments in the comment section. They help the YouTube algorithm. Please also remember that I will be doing a comment of the week. Sometime this week will be my first one. The comment of the week will come from my edited videos like this one. If you wish to be in the running, please leave a comment. Keep learning and searching for truth. Here are a few videos from my library. If you have not watched them yet, go ahead and watch them and tell me what you think. Until next time, friends, stay safe and goodbye.